something that did happen when I was going over principal questions. For the most part, I have a good handle on them. But I'm trying to remember the specific question, but the answer choices for one of the ones I was looking at, they were all very similar. And I realized that I picked the wrong answer because the language was it wasn't so much they made it extreme, but they had changed the wording where it didn't necessarily match the question, but the right answer kind of took almost verbatim. And I just was looking at context over the language at that point.
Mm-hmm. When you say context over language, what do you mean?
Well, it's taking more of what I thought the answer was saying in terms of, I'm really trying to remember what they were talking about.
You mean like the topic?
Yes, the topic. There you go. Thank you.
Gotcha. Sure. So the topic never matters. Never matters. It's the structure of the argument that matters. So in a parallel reasoning question or principal application, doesn't matter if the topic's the same. What matters is the substance in terms of how they go about making the argument. So the degrees of certainty and the categories of things they're discussing.
Okay.
Those are the two things you always want to look for in principal application and parallel reasoning: the degree of certainty and the category of things they're discussing. This to me is the core, and this relates also back to your question around being down to two. A lot of times two choices will be extremely similar, but one goes astray on degree of certainty or the category. Degree of certainty, you probably have a handle on what that means, like always, never, sometimes, most of the time.
Yes.
But category of things they're discussing is a little bit different.
Okay.
That would be like all people who take the LSAT versus all people who take the LSAT and also study properly. Studying properly is a further constraint or limitation or qualifying factor, limiting who we're talking about. And so you want to see how closely does it need to match. And then you have incorrect answers that would limit it in some way that don't really matter or are relevant. Like all people who take the LSAT and are also vegetarian. Vegetarian would be an irrelevant factor in that example potentially, but still limiting it in a way that doesn't matter. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.